I got the horse right here. The name is Paul Revere.
Hello, racing fans, and welcome back to another edition of Handicappers Corner, brought to you by the Derby Bar and Grill. I'm Mike Heads, along with Drew Forster. We're going to go through the Sunday, August the 2nd races at Hastings. Of course, as we do kick off a big weekend of racing action, racing Sunday and Monday this week. And we should note the big day, of course, Monday. First post an hour earlier at 12:50. So, yeah, 9 races on the Monday program, but once again, an earlier post at 12:50.
Yeah, BC Cup Day, obviously, on the Monday. Always, one of our biggest days of the year. Actually, a really good weekend of racing, I should say. As Sunday also, the car we're going to go through, about 2:30 our time, American Pharoah will be running in the Haskell.
That'll be a lot of fun to watch.
Looks to improve his legend.
Yeah, he's already legendary status. See if he can keep going as he heads towards, obviously, the Breeders' Cup later on this year. Let's get into the Sunday program, Drew. First races are the hard-working $4,000 claiming types. They'll be going 6.5 furlongs. These are for colts and geldings. I ended up on the 4-horse After Court. I'm going to give him a shot in here. He didn't get the best of trips from an outside draw last time. I thought he boxed on well. He never did give up. He couldn't gain any ground on Jordan's Quest, and of course the wire-to-wire winner, Wise Boss. So he just didn't get the greatest of trips. I just think Jordan's Quest, I don't roll on Chabos. There could be a bit of a pace scenario. He'll be the one in the striking position. Antonio Reyes jumps back aboard. He was aboard for that good runner-up effort 3 starts back. So, I like to pay attention to those rider-horse combos that do well. Yeah. I'm going to try After Court to defeat Jordan's Quest, and I don't roll on Chabos, who appear to be on paper the two best. If they can avoid a pace duel between each other, they could likely run 1-2. But I'm going to handicap for a bit of pressure going on up front, and then After Court gets a perfect trip. I'm going to go 4, 2, and 3. I
did go with Jordan's Quest. I saw the same problem, and I had trouble with it because obviously Jordan's Quest and I don't roll on Chabos are speed horses. I do like the move, though, of Pedro Alvarado, our second leading rider, getting on Jordan's Quest. Keyshawn Bell-Gobin, no knock to him, had a very good year, but Pedro's a king on the lead. Yeah. He's very tough on the lead, and I could see him being on the inside, maybe putting I don't roll on Chabos out a little bit, ducking to the rail, getting that advantage in the first turn. I think that could be the difference. I put I don't roll on Chabos in the second spot. My good old friend, Chapel Boy, I put in the third spot. I was disappointed with him last time. He was my pick last time, and I got to put him in the third spot. I think he'll be closing late under Jeff Birmingham. I went 2, 3, and 5 in the first. On to the second, maiden $4,000 fillies and mares, going 6.5 furlongs, and I went to the far outside here. I went to the 8. She's only got 1 race, and she's been entered a few times and scratched, but Dino does a very good job. I like her breeding. She's a Rosberg out of Kirschgarten, who was campaigned here by the Swift Thoroughbreds, and Dino Condolinos was a pretty solid little mare. I just think everybody else in here has had so many chances that, like Put Sarah on did last time against Angel's Victory. She was a first-time starter. She got on the lead. She ran away with it. And these other mares have all had so many chances. I went with Blackbird on top. I put Silver Ovation, obviously the one to fear in here, off a good second behind Diamond Pusher and Easter Sunday. It was a dead heat between her and Easter Sunday, but I thought Silver Ovation ran a better race, and Diamond Pusher, another first-time starter that dropped into this category and made her first start a winning one. In the third spot, I put Angel's Victory, knocking on the door at this level. She's going to break through one of these days, but I don't know if it's today. I went 8, 4, and 3.
Yeah, I like Angel's Victory a lot in here. I think she'll run well. She did have to chase a pretty live first-time starter that put Sarah on.
Yeah.
That ran decent. I mean, the final time was not great, but I mean, still the horse gave the lead up, and I don't think they're going to give the lead up this time. Just go to the front.
She's on the inside, so
the 2-horse looks to be the only other speed in the race. I don't see she had to chase a pretty fast front. 22-1 was pretty solid for these, bottom end maidens. But I'm going to go to Angel's Victory. Back-to-back good efforts. I thought out of decent Yakula race wasn't bad. Easter Sunday. I think he ran the better of the race between Silver Ovation. You like Silver Ovation.
Yeah.
This horse got to watch a 3-horse speed duel or 4-horse speed duel, and still hung down the stretch and had to settle for a dead heat with Easter Sunday. But still, there's not much between them. And Blackbird, I don't have to have the ticket, but I could see the horse improving, of course. Good, excellent connections. Goes in blinkers, and that could be the tonic.
Gets Reyes,
needs to, won't need to run too fast to win it. I'll tell you that. But these aren't your most reliable types. 3, 5, and 4. I like Angel's Victory though in the second. On to the third race. $16,000 older horses going 6.5 furlongs.
Good race here.
Yeah, it is. I was kind of torn between the 1 Bluegrass Pride and the 5. It's finally Friday. I did end up on Bluegrass Pride. I thought a good run first off the claim for Rosie Anderson. Unlucky to hook into Brackendale. Devil in disguise. That was a dirty, tough 25,000. And, I still think this horse wants to go long, but there's no long races filling. So let's go with Bluegrass Pride, even though it is not his best distance of 6.5 furlongs. I put the 5 horse, It's Finally Friday, in for second. Off the claim, they run it right back to the 16. Could be the controlling speed in here, and we'll see. I'm going to go 1-5, and I put who did I put in for third?
You put Bear Rock and Roll in for third?
Oh yeah, that's right too. I can't read the 6 there. Yeah, Bear Rock and Roll, my old buddy, but probably not his best distance, 6.5. But he'll, as usual, give a good account of himself. I went 1-5-6.
He always shows up. I absolutely left him off the ticket last time after that. Last place finish in the 25. I was like, that's it. He doesn't want to do it anymore. He's done, and he comes back and wins. I agree with you. I put Bluegrass Pride on top. Had been off since, for 2 years.
Yeah.
Came back and ran a big one. Getting run down late by Lauren 500, who was a fit horse at the time. Was claimed that day by Rosie. Improved off of that. He got a better buyer his next out. He's coming into his third race, which should be his best effort.
Right.
Drops back in for 16. I think there's a lot to like about Bluegrass Pride in here. I put Bear Rock and Roll in the second spot just because I can't leave this old guy out. Every time I don't pick him, he wins.
Oh, I have a poor record.
You have a worse record than me with Bear Rock and Roll.
What has he won? 20, I can't read it.
23 races.
23 races. I think I caught him twice, maybe at a 23.
You've left him off the ticket 20 times.
And Bob Leffler reminds me every time.
And I put It's Finally Friday in the third spot. Anita Bolton, Dynamite off the claim. 3 for 5 this year. Can never count those ones out. I got the same horses as you. I just
Casino Boss is cool. Hope
I know.
Seeker,
I
big
can
layoff,
see Casino
nice
Boss.
horse that has potential. After the con.
Yeah, Hope Seeker I left off. I looked at
probably
Hope Seeker
short.
too. He goes
Spirit
down
River.
for the cheapest price of his career, Hope Seeker. He could fire a big one. And been working very well. Worked in a minute on July 5th, so he's still
race.
got it.
It's a good race. There's a lot going on in this race, but the triple determine who wins it. But it is a cool race. But I
would go deep in here, but we both did land on the 1. Bluegrass Pride. I went 1-6-5. In the third, on to the 4th. There will be a scratch in here. The 4, Torneador, is back in on BC Cup Day. I did have him in my mix. Now he's out. I went to the 2. The odds are good. I felt like he was going the wrong way, and then that was such a huge effort last time against Berard Breeze. He fought the whole way, put everybody else away, looked like he was done, came back on the rail, and Berard Breeze came smoking, just caught him at the end. I thought a really good effort by The Odds Are Good. If he can duplicate that effort, he's going to be super tough. Put the 5, Perfectly Reckless, in the second spot. First time out in a maiden special weight. We ran kind of a disappointing, even kind of 5th. But Mike Anderson had a very good year. I like the fact that Hamill sticks with this horse. I could see him really improving in his second start. Mike Anderson's 27% in his second start. The second time he runs these horses, they're ready to go. In the third spot, another one that I was kind of disappointed in last time was Windstrong. Not disappointed. She did run 4th. Only beat a length, though. There was a ton of horses at the wire, and he could show up with a big effort again for Barb Heads, who's absolutely heating up. I went 2-5-1.
Yeah, I didn't love anyone in here. I went to the 1-horse Windstrong. If he goes to the front, he wins. The problem is he's just so hard to ride in the stretch, and he's lugged in again. It's like twice in a row he's hanging, he's lugging in, and poor Savici cannot ride the horse at all down the lane, and he's on one line because he's in traffic. If he goes to the front, gets on the rail, the horse will be far easier to ride. If the horse makes the lead, he wins.
He's in the inside, yeah.
Right, and The Odds Are Good is live in here, and this is definitely the horse to beat. The Odds Are Good. I put it's in command. I think 1, 2, 3 are your horses, but I can see Perfectly Reckless improving. At least he's the one that has some upside. I know he got beat away last time by the top 2 horses, but still he's one that could move forward. I didn't see much. Hart said I guess could maybe the horse didn't want to run long, might appreciate shortening up to 6.5 furlongs. Captain Jones was a scratch once, and this horse has been on the board in some maiden.
He ran a clunker last time, but before that, his form was very good.
He's right in with these horses. These horses, once again, there's going to be 4 of them at the wire. And anytime you're handicapping a race like this, you're trying to pick a winner out of what's going to be 4 horses within 3 feet of each other. It's really difficult. So, 1, 2, 3 for me, though. But the 4th race is as tough as there is a race on the card. On the 5th race, non-winners of 2 Lifetime 4,000 going a mile and a 16th. And I think we got a key. I like the 3-horse a lot.
Queen Militant.
Good runner-up effort sprinting. She doesn't want to sprint. Her best races are going along. Her prior race going long was against I'm a Diva 2, who's been streaking, winning a bunch of races. Catalia, that was for a lot more money.
A lot tougher
this horse
horses,
is finally gets in the non-2-4 going long, and that's her primo distance. Nicely drawn. Her main competition drew poorly. The 10 horse Yakula and the 6 Malakas, who I thought ran well. I thought Malakas ran better than Yakula. Malakas was in a 3-horse speed duel early. The first fraction was slow. The second fraction, they really picked it up. Zip 1 went and raced off. There was 3 of them pretty much going from the 6 furlong start all the way around to the wire.
Yeah.
And Yakula took advantage of that and got the runner-up spot. But I thought Malakas hung in well for a horse that had been in a lot. There's a lot going on early in that race. So I went 3, 6, and 10. I just think the 3 Queen Militant is 5 lengths, maybe 7 lengths the best. I'm going to say a 5-length win.
You heard it here first.
Well, we're going with 5. We're going to call shot. Yeah.
I went to the Yakula. I thought that was a liver race. I like how she came out. She's just, very nice race in her maiden race, stylish score. Came back against winners and ran second. A lot of times when you come back against winners, you kind of, it's a lot tougher. You kind of get buried. I thought that she can move forward off that second. Mel Snow going very good right now. I put Yakula on top. Legally Connected.
Crushed him.
Second time going long. Absolutely crushed him. I mean, it's not like she beat an incredible field, but absolutely crushed him. Winning by 10. Pedro Alvarado takes over. I don't mind Legally Connected in here.
It was Andrea's first win, too. First winning win. Andrea
Congratulations to Andrea Classen on her first win.
Yeah.
Pedro Alvarado will have this horse on the lead. Catch her to get the money, I think. And Queen Militant, your top pick, I have in the 3rd spot. Those are the 3 I like. I went 10, 1, and 3 in the 5th.
Why would you put a 5-length winner in the 3rd spot?
We'll see.
I know,
That's the old wise man says. We'll see.
We'll see. I know the proof is in the pudding. I know it's hard to get too high.
Well, yeah, and you liked her last time,
4,000
and she just ran
horses.
okay. And not well. She ran good, but
she's not a sprinter.
On to the 6th race. 3-year-olds and up, 4,000 non-winners. They're going a mile and a 16th. I landed on the 7 here. Honestly, Ossifer. Changes to Dino Conolino's sparring. Dino's usually very good off the claim. He's got a pretty keen eye. He's one of those guys, when you stand with him in the gap, he knows every horse that's out there.
Yeah,
That's one
watches
of
him.
Dino's great strengths. He obviously saw something he liked in Honesty Officer when he got down to the 62.5 level. He grabbed him. He waited. Put him in a non-winner of the year. I think all systems go for Honestly Ossifer. As he's been running against tougher horses, like that last one with Proxy Man and Brother Chunky came back to win the starter series the other day. This is a much softer spot. I like Honestly Ossifer. I like Step Up in the 2nd spot. Gets leading rider Richard Hamill, takes the blinkers off. John Morrison does a very good job with his horses. This guy has got to, break through one of these days and win one of these races. And I put Timber Topper in the 3rd spot. Just broke his non-3 2 starts ago. Came back and talk about tough non-winners of the year against Franzer's Finest and Ambidextrous.
Yeah, that was tough.
That's super tough non-winners of the year. I got him in the 3rd spot. I went 7, 5, and 4.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think honestly, Ossifer is the horse to beat. It is a mile 16th. Probably going to get the lead in here. There isn't a ton of pace on it.
Not his best distance, but he's going to get the lead.
But he's in against his friends. He claimed for 62. He's in for 4. Timber Topper I put in the 2nd spot. I thought a pretty game win, 2 starts back, and as you mentioned, I thought a very good 4th place run behind just tough horses.
Really tough horses.
He was unlucky to hook into them kind of horses at that level. And I left Step Up out, which was probably a mistake. You're right, the blinkers off. This horse could move forward. I put the 1 Aka Lily's Lad in for 3rd.
Well, he's like won 100 races, hasn't he? He's won 19 races.
Yeah.
He's an old boy. I keep watching him, waiting for him to wake up and like run a big one of these days, and it could be today.
But we'll see on the stretch out. I thought his race, going along, wasn't bad 2 starts back. But he is facing, honestly, Ossifer. And I just think, honestly, Ossifer is probably a key in your pick 4s or whatever. I think we're both in agreement. The 7's going to be awfully tough to beat. I went 7, 4, and 1. On to the 7th and final race. Non-winners at 3 lifetime for 4,000 claimers. Going a mile and a 16th. I was torn between the 1 Stone Ridge Raider and the 2 Tapacero. I did land on Tapacero. For Taylor Anderson, claimed for the 4,000, runs them right back at the same price, but at a different distance. I think the mile and 16th is what Tapacero wants to do, and that Stone Ridge Raider likes to go long as well. I thought that was a very good effort last time behind Rebus and Occupy Vancouver. Those were 8,000 non-3s, and so this will be a lot easier assignment for him. I thought those were your 2 horses.
Yeah.
I went 2-1, and then I put Lord Gallivic. I didn't know, between Lord Gallivic, 3-way trade, Burnaby Baron, they're all the same to me, but I think for me it's 2 and 1, and then I put the 4, and I went 2-1-4.
I probably made a mistake overlooking Stone Ridge Raider. I did put Tapacero on the top spot, looking for Taylor Anderson and Dino Condolinos to trade horses. And
Yes, a swap
trade
there,
wins
4,000
in
horses.
the late double.
They could own them. They could both own them after the race.
Yeah, that's right. They could trade him back after the race. Tapacero is just so well bred. He was privately purchased with hopes of a Derby last year, and what I see happen a lot of times is you drop a horse to that bottom level, or like take a big drop down a few classes, and they run second or third. Then they come back and win it. And I think, as you mentioned, now going long, he's just got to be the class of the race. He's got to be your horse to beat. I put Three-Way Trade in the second spot. Unlucky loser to Timber Topper last time. Looked like he had it, just got beat a neck. And Lord Galvic I put in the third spot. As I mentioned, probably a mistake leaving Stone Ridge Raider out. I went 2, 5, and 4. In the Sunday nightcap, that'll do it for our analysis of the 7-race card on Sunday. Up next on screen will be our picks. Mike is always
There's back in race number 1.
first.
We're going 4, 2, and 3. The 4 is after court. Hopefully, you had a little off the pace score. The second race, I went to the 3, Angels Victory, 3, 5, and 4. Race number 3, I went to the 1, Bluegrass Pride. Both Drew and I agree on Bluegrass Pride for Rosie Anderson. I went 1, 5, and 6. Race number 4, I went to the 1, Windstrong. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, but not much between any of them. And that's probably the toughest race on the card, the 4th race, or the most contentious
Third
anyway.
and 4th. Like if you're looking at your early pick 4s,
those are the tough
go
races.
deep in those two, yeah.
In the 5th race, I went to the 3, Queen Militant, over the 6, Malacus, and the 10, Yakula. Race 6, we both agree on the 7, Honestly Ossifer, probably our best bet of the day, 7, 4, and 1. And in race number 7, another live one, the 2-horse, Tapacero, 2, 1, and 4 in the Sunday finale.
Up next on screen will be me. There we go. In the first, I went to the 2, Jordan's Quest, over the 3 and the 5. In the second, I went to the 8, Blackbird. I've picked her a ton of times, so waiting for her to run a big one. Over the 4 and the 3. In the third, I'm with Mike on number 1, Bluegrass Pride, over the 6 and the 5. In the fourth, I went to the 2, The Odds Are Good, over the 5 and the 1. In the fifth, I went way to the outside, the 10 hole for Yakula, over the 1 and the 3. In the 6th and the 7th, as I mentioned, I'm with Mike here. Honestly Officer in the 6, over the 7 and the 5, or the 5 and the 4, sorry. And in the 7th, number 2, Tapacero, over the 5 and the 4.
All right, that'll do it for this edition of Handicappers Corner. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. Hopefully, given you a lot of insight and maybe get you headed to the windows with some winning
change
moves.
in your pocket, hopefully.
Yes, get some money going on. Get you full pockets heading in maybe to the Monday program, which just started an hour earlier. It's 12:50. 12:50 is the first post on BC Cup Day. We do have 9 races on tap. Over $400,000 in purse money will be given away. It's a great day. Get there early. There's lots going on. Should be a lot of fun. And 6 stakes races. Wow, it's going to be a good day.
And don't forget, I think it's about 2:40 our time Sunday.
American
Superstar American Pharoah running in the Haskell, which is now $1.75 million. And of course,
Wow.
we'll see you all on Monday, BC Cup Day.
Okay. On behalf of Drew, thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll see you next time here at the Derby Bar and Grill.